Hello, my name is Aiden Palm. I'm an inspector with the Olympic Region Clean Air Agency, and today we're going to show you how to apply for a land clearing burn permit through our website at orca.org. So this is what the front-facing page of orca.org looks like. In the very top, you're going to have some ribbons to follow, and the one that we're concerned about here is your burning. And we'll go ahead and look at the drop downs here. And the one that we're looking for is the land clearing burn permit application. Go ahead and click that now. And that'll bring us to the actual application. Scroll down, and this is where you're going to start filling out some of your information. So we'll start with our first name and our last name. If you are working with a contracting agency, you want to put in the business name so that we know who the burn operators are, if they have a business name, or the landowner is under a business name and you're burning at that address. The burn site address is where the burn is taking place. So we'll go ahead and enter in our address here at Orca. And it autofills in some cases if you have your saved location on your own computer. The property mailing address in a lot of cases may be different. So we're going to go off of what is listed in usually the assessor's data page. For here, it's just going to be the same address, but you may have something different with a PO box. So you would just enter that information in. Lastly, or next, we want to look at our county. So if this location is in Thurston, the reason we really want to know this is because these counties may have a different burn rules and regulations. So we just want to make sure that you're in the right location. Phone number is required. Mine auto-filled here, but just put either the burn operators, and most of the time we do want the burn operators email, but also the homeowners in case we can't get a hold of the burn operator. So alternate phone is where you'd put in that the alternate burner or the homeowner's information. Email, this one auto-populated, but we'll just use the orca.org for our email. And then parcel number, you'd get this off of the assessor's website, but if you don't have it, it is not a big deal. The ORCAA inspector who is going to take a look at your burn permit will go ahead and enter that information if you don't know it. Fire districts is the same thing in the assessor's page. You would just look for whatever your fire district that would respond to your home if you did have a fire response. And usually when you type in your county, it can come up with the county specifically, but in this case it didn't. And so we would just select whatever is closest to us. So we'll go ahead and put Thurston County and go to, let's see here, East Olympia. We'll keep them there. And then next, we'll want to know what the purpose of the burn is. So for most of our purposes here, it's just to clear vegetation, for a residential. But for this specific purpose, we're going to be putting in land clearing. And that's just enough for the inspectors to know exactly what they're looking at when they're going to approve the permit. Acres cleared, we always want to round up. So if you had 1.5 acres, you would want to round up to 2. We always go by the half acre or more. In this case, we'll just say 1.5. Or sorry, 2 acres. And then the number of piles. So when you look over the number of piles and the pile width, it says pile size are limited to 20 feet across. So we want to know if you were, removing 2 acres of cleared material, you might have 10 acres or 10 piles, and each one of those would be at 20 feet. That is a legitimate pile size. And then we want to know what type of material that you're burning. So these are going to tell us, how long these will burn, what their water content is, and how they'll stack in a pile. So we just put our fir, we'll just say it's fir for this instance. And then lastly, for this section, we want to know what is a sensitive receptor. So those are going to be your hospitals, your schools, daycares, or assisted living facilities, and whether or not your property is within 2,000 feet of those areas. The reason that we want to know this is because when you burn, the emissions from those piles may impact those sensitive receptors. And so the inspector would probably give another permitting rule for this burn permit and condition it. So for instance, we have a school, they may say, you're very close to the school within 2,000 feet. We'd ask that you burn outside of school hours or school dates or times. So on the weekends and not between 9 o'clock and 2 p.m. or something like that. So now we're going to go to this next section, which is the burn operator. If you are the burn operator and the property owner, you're doing the work yourself, you would select yes. In this case, we'll go ahead and say yes, and then we will put in the burn operator name myself. And then a direct phone to that burn operator, which you can enter anything that you want. And then which I'll put in here. Something like that. And then in the comments, that is for the burn operator to enter in specifics, maybe something they want the inspector to know when they're going to permit the land clearing burn application. So for in this instance, I could say, you know, I have extra piles, but not going to burn them on the property until 2 years or something like that. So we don't get all the piles burned up or misplaced, or we're looking at different burn operations on the same parcel and we just want to know what's going on. So for this, I'm just going to put NA because I don't have any other comments. Now, land clearing burn permits, you do have to pay for these by the acre. And if you look down and you read the snippets here about exactly what you're certifying with the land clearing burn permit, you do have to pay for it. So we're going to need an email for receipt. I'm going to put in my email here at ORCAA. And as you can see, it's already totaled up the amount of acres that we put in. So for 2 acres, the total fee at $275 per acre cleared is going to be $550. And we're just I'm double checking my work. So obviously I know that twice the amount is going to come up with the total fee. And then, you know, I read through all the information here, and what I'm going to do now is submit. We'll go ahead and do that. Now, if you receive any errors on here, this is a good thing that we're seeing an error. It means that it caught one of our required email portions here. So orca.org is not going to work. You want to put in something that is actually going to be our email. So I'm going to go ahead and use my orca.org email. Correction, make sure that it's good. And then we're going to go ahead and hit submit again. Oops. Oops. All right, submit again. We made sure our emails are good. It's loading. And it should take us now to a pay wall, which will allow us to use our credit or debit card to pay. Okay. So pretty simple here, like most bill pay, online bill pay, you may have some of your data saved on your computer already, but it wants to know what is this for? So under here, this drop down, it's going to be for permits. So permits, it wants to know site address, permit number, and permit types. This one is just going to be land clearing burn permit. Site address, I'm going to go ahead and use the same one, limited lane for ORCAA. And then the amount of $550, which was the total amount. It doesn't show it on this page, so it's not going to automatically do it. You need to enter that information here. Same address. This one. All of the asterisk signs here are a required field. So we want to make sure that these are being, just like the emails that weren't right when I first submitted the sample application. I went there, corrected them because it gave me an alert. And make up a number here. I'll fill this. And then you would just enter in your credit card and debit number, expiration date, and then your credit card security number on the back. If you need to find that information, there's a where is this number, just in case you're a little bit confused. Once you do that, you will get you just hit the continue button down here. And what it's going to bring to you is a page, a finally submitted page, and it's going to send you an email receipt to the email that you listed on the card holder information and the burn permit. So once that is completed, you will have a written receipt. What you're going to need to do now is just hold and wait. The inspector is going to be assigned your burn permit, and they're going to go ahead and review the information that you submitted. And then if a site visit is needed to your property to double check on some information, that may also be something before they go ahead and confirm and issue the permit to the burn operator. If all is said and done, you could receive, your burn permit within a day, and basically right from the inspector directly to your email saying, hey, it is approved for your operation. Here's a copy of your land clearing burn permit, and this is what it's valid to, usually about 30 days. But do not burn on this land clearing burn permit until you receive a response from a ORCAA inspector. So far, it looks like this is everything for the land clearing burn permit. If you have any other questions, you can contact us via our website or our phone number, and that is going to be 360-539-7610. Thank you for watching our video and have a wonderful rest of your day.